When I say sharing the wealth, probably what comes to your mind is a financial or material opportunity. And we can even think of someone who has great wealth which they can share. It might be that we think of sharing out of abundance that we have or that somebody has. Last week we talked about witnessing, sharing our faith with another person on a daily basis or whenever we have the opportunity. In a spiritual sense, that is sharing the wealth. I was once told that witnessing is simply one beggar showing another beggar where the bread is. It's kind of appropriate in our world today where we are sharing about with other people where to find certain foods, certain cleaning supplies, and even toilet paper. We certainly want to share so others can find what they need. So sharing the salvation story and its effect on our life is a great way to share the wealth. But after sharing salvation, which is a great gift, what about sharing our knowledge and wisdom when it comes to living the Christian life? That's what discipleship is all about. Over the past almost 6 months now, we've been talking about various ways to be a disciple, to become more of the disciple that Jesus asked us to come to. But we also know that in that sharing, we've tried to share the wealth that we have had with you. John and I have been sharing various discipleship points so that you can learn how to be more of a disciple. And our prayer has been that you've been challenged, that you've soaked in some knowledge, and that you're wisely using that knowledge to follow Jesus. We have been doing our best to disciple you in your faith, in your walk as a Christian. As you have learned and talked about and shared in these discipleship points, you've shared with your group, you've been pointed to the Bible as a source for following Jesus. You might feel as if you still have a lot to learn, but join the party because I feel the same way. Being a disciple is a lifelong journey to daily be the person God has designed us to be. And even though you are still in that process of being a disciple, it's now your turn to share the wealth. Our theme verse for our discipleship ministry is 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 1. Follow my example as I follow the example of Christ. That's discipleship. We are constant learners as we follow Jesus and as we learn from others. But we should also be constant examples or teachers to others. Is that scary? Sometimes we feel like we're not prepared. We don't know enough. Maybe that our life isn't perfect. But what we have experienced through God, through being discipled, is now what we have the opportunity to share with others. You see, God wants you and I to share, to disciple other people. So in the next few weeks, we're going to talk about how and with whom we can share the wealth. In the meantime, I want you to pray about your commitment to making disciples. One of Jesus' last commands was Matthew chapter 28, verse 19. Therefore go and make disciples of all nations. That's His command to us. That's His expectation of us. And as you've been discipled, I'm praying now that you will take the opportunity and even get excited about discipling others.